And we finally have one team who have all but confirmed their spot in the Super 8s of the tournament. And that team are the one other team beside India that most of us had pegged for being one of the title contenders. I'm talking, of course, about South Africa, who have sealed a dominant 7-wicket victory over New Zealand, chasing 176 to win, 176 to win, and they've gotten there with 17 balls to spare still. A phenomenal thumping victory that, by the way, could have been much bigger if they didn't lose a couple of wickets in the middle overs, because at one point in time, it was carnage out there, carnage that was prompted by Aiden Markram. But so what a exhibition of brutal hitting we saw in that second innings.
Look at how both teams came into this particular contest. New Zealand had come off a dominant victory in their previous game.
Yeah, 10 wickets.
South Africa had come after surviving 2 super overs against Afghanistan. But it looked like it was New Zealand who had come out huffing and puffing in the previous game, South Africa cantering to win, because this is an absolute crushing that the Black Caps have had. And that is why this is a warning sign that South Africa are desperate to win the T20 World Cup. Because remember, we had picked them, as you rightly said, as one of the favourites to be in the semi-finals. And New Zealand today were simply undone that they tried to go in one gear. They tried to hit, but they kept losing wickets. Marco Jansen, the star, with 4 for 40. And once Markram, Quinton de Kock, Rickleton all gave you that blazing start. Rickleton, that one particular 6 which he hit, 103 meters. It deflated New Zealand. And after you go past 107.2 overs, it takes an incredibly bad batting performance to lose from there.
Exactly.
So that is why 176, when ideally on this pitch you should have posted 200 plus. New Zealand fell short by a good 30-40 runs. And that's why South Africa have given their signal of intent. Boss, we are here to ensure that 2024 is not repeated all over again.
I mean, people tend to forget how 2024 went, because obviously all the focus goes on India ending a drought. But my God, South Africa, they were practically winning that final, let's be fair.
Yes.
Were it not for that one injury break by Rishabh Pant, that final was done and dusted. Klaasen had absolutely decimated Akshar Patel. Those 3 sixes I think he hit in that one over. And at that point in time, the final was only going one way. The fact that they were unable to capitalize, I think it's left a bitter taste in their mouth, but it's also driven them. It's the same South African team that have actually gone on to win, lest we forget, the WTC. They actually, if they can win this year's tournament, just hypothetical, they could perhaps be the only team in history to actually hold on to all 3 things at one time. WTC, 2026, this. Of course, by 2027, the WTC would have been done. But imagine winning 3 tournaments in 3 years. That would be some next level domination. 25 WTC, 26 this, 27 it's a home ODI
World Cup. And they could be having
one of the favourites.
And if they win the 2027 WTC, which comes before the World Cup, if they win that, then boy oh boy, they could be the only team to hold all 3
formats, all 3 ultimate titles. They will be winning. Phenomenal. And that's actually how good this team is. We talk about Markram. Remember, this is the same Markram who was in flying form in the WTC final as well.
Yeah.
A player who, for all his natural hitting, Test cricket has kind of always proved to be a little bit of a hit or miss area for him. Showed consistency alongside his skipper Temba Bavuma, won them that. Today he was batting as if he was batting on another wicket.
Yeah.
No one came close to matching his explosiveness, save for Ryan Rickleton, and his stay in the middle was brief, 11 balls. Markram batted 44, got 86 runs. That's a strike rate of nearly 200 at one point. And that's a drop-off. At one point, he was going a strike rate of nearly 300.
Yes. He had hit 45 or 15. Exactly. And then he had a drop-off wherein he scored the next 41 runs in 29 balls. That is a drop-off. Why, that's a drop-off. But then many people are wondering, okay, South Africa won. Won't you have sealed a Super 6 spot? No.
Yeah, no, not really.
Actually, this is the thing. Because UAE managed to win against the USA, against Canada. Because UAE had just opened the points table, Pawan, in that particular group. Okay, just go down. Okay. Now, just refresh it. I just want
to refresh it and then
go down. Okay.
No, lower.
Okay, they haven't updated it. So see, with UAE beating Canada, That is the reason why they can get to 6 points also.
Exactly. Mathematically, South Africa haven't qualified yet because they need UAE to drop points in one game. Because then what would happen is that New Zealand and South Africa would be the only teams who would get to minimum 6 points.
Yes, but New Zealand face UAE. I mean, they face Canada in one of the games, if I'm not mistaken.
See,
So,
UAE's next two fixtures are very tough.
yeah.
UAE will be facing South
New
Africa.
Zealand.
No, New Zealand they've already faced.
Yeah.
No? So they'll be facing Afghanistan and then South Africa.
South Africa. So that's why mathematically the queue hasn't come to South Africa.
But it's all but done. It's all but done. UAE will lose their next game, I think, against Afghanistan. Once that happens, then
that's it.
South
Then
Africa will have qualified.
Yeah, then New Zealand will have to beat UAE to seal that second spot then, because even Afghanistan can get to 4, but UAE will need to beat New Zealand.
Yeah.
In order to ensure, no, sorry,
Not New Zealand. New Zealand have to face, I think, Canada.
Canada, yeah. Canada will have to now beat New Zealand in order to ensure Afghanistan have a good route.
Yeah, which I don't see happening.
I don't
Canada,
see it
think, are
happening,
the
yeah.
weakest team in the group.
So the only team that has officially gotten eliminated today is Oman.
Yes.
Because they got hammered against Ireland, and that's why that E has come. Scotland are still in with a chance, but then that group has become a group of death, Group D, because West Indies take on Nepal tomorrow, and it will not be interesting if Nepal do the unthinkable. Then no team, everybody will have gotten 2 to 2 points.
Exactly. And the thing is that the funny thing is, see, you're talking about Scotland, even Italy aren't out of the running.
Yeah.
They have, 2 games left. One game is against England and West Indies.
West
Tough
Indies,
games.
yeah.
Tough games. Unfortunate for them. But Echo result out against 1. And today, England, despite their win, didn't quite look convincing.
Yeah.
Echo to win against 1. If you're on 4 points, then you're suddenly in the mix-up.
Yep.
And that's the funny part. Right now, none of these teams are eliminated because mathematically, it's still very much a possibility. Of course, I think if West Indies win their next match, then they'll be through for sure, because I think the only other team that can make it to 6 points is England.
England, yeah. It is. Because, yeah, Scotland have played 3, they've got only 2.
Oh, Italy.
Italy can still do it. So no one has yet qualified. That's the bit.
Amazing.
But today's match, when you look at it, has to be set up by 2 individuals. We'll talk about Markram a bit later. But boy, oh boy, Marco Jansen. The way how he utilized the cutters, his height, his pace and everything. I mean, the one delivery, I would say, where he got a leading edge. I think that was the delivery for me that set up the tone. And his 4-wicket haul, Marco Jansen at this point, he's had a good Indian summer when you look at it. I mean, that second test in Guwahati, then now here his performance is 4 for 40. He seems to be enjoying Indian conditions a lot better.
I'll go one step back. He had a very good IPL season for Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
Was part of the team that made it to the final, and a very crucial part of that. I think it was up there or thereabouts when it comes to the purple cap. He didn't win it, but he was there or thereabouts. So he had a very good season there. Then after that, of course, as we mentioned, WTC, he was part of that team. Came to India, and ironically, what was his threat or his most that one session you remember he ran through India?
Yeah.
The ball that he bowled most was the cutter.
Yes.
It
It was a
cutter
scrambled
bouncers.
seam, the
Yeah.
cutters and all of that. And Marco Jansen today was in prime form. I mean, last over he got a bit unlucky by getting those edges and was going for 4. But then Marco Jansen today showed why he's such a utility bowler and a utility player in the South African lineup. If he fires on all cylinders, then South Africa look the team to beat in this competition. And the depth that they have. See, if you look at the bowling lineup, it's not that intimidating. Ngidi is okay, he gets hit, can get 1, 2, 3 wickets, but then he gets hit for runs. Kagiso Rabada, after that horror that he had against Afghanistan, today he's come up with decentish numbers, but none for 27.
Didn't get a wicket, but economy-wise was fairly good. But yeah, I think for them, they really need Yansen. And funnily enough, to an extent, Maharaj. They need Maharaj to do well. See, today also he was decent, but he did get hit a bit, which is why he didn't even get his 4th over.
Correct.
Markram decided to come on and bowl. Not that it would have made much of a difference. He went for 15.
Yeah.
But I think, see, that's the thing. Jansen right now is so important. Because as you mentioned, Lungi, he gets wickets, can get hit. Kagiso Rabada has been very hit or miss in recent times.
Yeah.
Not helped by his layoff and everything that happened. I think was due to drug use or something.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So ever since that also, he's not quite looked the same. Corbin Bosch is a decent player, but again, he should be your 4th or 5th kind of a bowling option.
Correct, yeah.
So they need a Jansen to perform and perform well. Because their batting is very power-packed. Of that, there's no doubt.
I mean, talking about power packed, none better than the captain himself who exhibited, Aiden Markram. What power hitting in the power play. And I think, see, most teams are now trying to take a page out of India's book when you have to capitalize on the power play.
Yeah.
If you have a great start in the power play, then half of your match is won. Then it would involve a cataclysmic collapse in the middle overs to ensure that, okay, you are not going to, because look, they took 11 overs to get the other 78 runs.
Yeah.
So, as the ball got softer, as the pitch started to behave
Turn
in
a little bit also, I'd say.
it did become a bit difficult because Santner had a good spell with the ball.
Nisham, I'm surprised, only bowled 1 over. He got a wicket.
Yeah, but I think it was too late because see, look at how all the fast bowlers were. Jacob Duffy, ever since getting picked by RCB, boy oh boy, has he gone for runs, none for 50.
Yeah, he did well, I remember, in the bilateral series.
But
against
there
India.
also he got tongued.
Yeah, but now, today, no wickets, 3 overs, 50 runs. Eesh.
That's really bad. And you have your wicket takers were Lockie Ferguson, but that was when the game was done. Nisham Ravindra, I mean, Rachin got a wicket of Devalt Brevis, can you believe it?
A spinner getting rid of Devald.
Yeah, just go up. I mean, I just want to confirm. Yeah, it was Devalt Brevis who got out. So that's why New Zealand. See, the problem with this New Zealand lineup is that's why I didn't keep them in the top semi-final list because if they are under the pump, they don't know how to bounce back.
Also, their bowling. I mean, see, Duffy's been good, but
Duffy's been bad.
No, I'm saying Duffy prior to the World Cup was in good form, but Lockie hasn't been in good form for quite some time.
Injury layoff.
Yeah, Henry can be hit or miss. Santner is a good bowler, not necessarily always a wicket taker. So, I mean, they don't really have a spinner who can be a wicket taker or a spinner. Ish Sodhi got tongued in the series against India, so I don't think he's going to be a part of anything. So, that's the thing. They don't really have a wicket taking spinner in the middle overs.
Correct. And look at it. Henry and Ferguson might not be available for some games in the T20 World Cup, paternity leave. So I don't know when that is going to kick in. It might happen after the UAE game and they might miss 1 or 2 games in the Super 8s if they qualify for that. So it is not going to be easy at this point for New Zealand to recover. Yes, they have got Canada coming up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of okay. It is enough to seal them a spot. But then just go down the table, down.
Further down.
Further down. If you look at the preceding, New Zealand are white too.
And look at the group they'll be potentially in. Just scroll down slightly. You've got England, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and all of these will be in slower conditions.
Yeah.
These matches will be played in Sri Lanka.
Oh boy. So that is why this is not going to be easy at all for New Zealand. And this kind of loss will deflate them. And if they cannot do well against the bigger nations, how will they progress to semi-final? So I didn't have New Zealand in the semi-final. They benefited from a tactical blunder by Afghanistan in Chennai. Noor, not picking Noor. And that's why they romped off to a victory there. Had Noor been there, maybe it would have been difficult to come in. Now, it's getting crystallized slowly but surely like which team will go. Remember, if Australia are eliminated, then X2 will be Zimbabwe, incidentally. X2 will be Zimbabwe. So, India could face Zimbabwe in Chennai.
That would be an interesting.
And India, South Africa, if South Africa become, I think they'll be X4, right? X1, X4. Then your India, South Africa, one Super 8 game will happen right here in Narendra Modi Stadium.
Yes,
and the last time they played at Narendra Modi Stadium, Varun Chakravarti got 4 wickets, 4 for 53, remember. But South Africa still lost that game. So that is why now this is a confidence booster for them heading into this. I think South Africa's last game is against UAE in Delhi, if I'm not mistaken. That is the only game I think that is left for them. I think they face UAE in Delhi. So it's going to be tough for South Africa to ensure that, okay, boss, we are the total package at this point in time.
Yeah, I think they are the one team who look close to being complete.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they do. So let's see what Brian Lara is saying. Brian Lara is actually saying today's win is the first for England against European countries in the T20 World Cup. They lost 3 and no result. 2 in last 5 games versus Ireland, Netherlands and Scotland.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they lost to even Scotland in one T20 game that happened in Edinburgh about a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And that is why today, but it was a very scratchy win. And if the Italy football team
Can
do.
take some inspiration from the cricket team.
And also vice versa. If the Italian cricket team can take inspiration from the football team and ensure that England are defeated, I mean, I think close to 30 years,
Yeah.
the football team hasn't lost to England.
Correct.
So that will be a very interesting clash
I
at
like
this
what
point.
Priyanshu says. He's saying that Sri Lanka versus Australia is now the most crucial deciding match as far as the Super 8 is concerned.
Oh yes, I mean, remember, if Australia win, then and only then that entire group is then wide open. Then Zimbabwe's task become a lot difficult because they'll have to win against both Ireland and Sri Lanka. And that's their last two games. And Australia, then their next game is against Oman. So they will get to 6 if that is the case. But yeah, I mean, Monday's game is going to be very, very interesting at this stage. Because tomorrow we have West Indies versus Nepal. That is the first day game, if I'm not mistaken. Then I don't know which is the second game.
Let's just quickly check the schedule.
Yeah, just go to the schedule. No, I mean, you can't. Go to the series and then you can do it. I know that 7 p.m. is the match that we are all looking forward to.
India Park, obviously.
India Park. So tomorrow is
15.
Yeah.
You've got West Indies, Nepal in the morning.
USA Namibia. That's in Chennai. Yeah, 3 to 7. But then our attention will not be on the other two games because Wankhede and Chennai will be very, very far off. Our attention will be in Colombo for the India-Pakistan encounter that's going to begin at 7 p.m. We'll be live from 6:15, 6:30 onwards because it's going to be hyper, I mean, if you look at it, turbocharged the atmosphere at this point. But remember, there is rain. There is rain predicted. Might be a truncated start. Might be a truncated start at this point. But Abhishek Tiwari is saying, Abhishek Rawat, ऐसे की बैटिंग राइज कर रही है, मिलर स्टब्स पे शक था, अफगानिस्तान ने जगा दिया उन्हें. Yes, Afghanistan was a real wake-up call for them because they could have been eliminated. They could have been. So that is the win that you're looking at it. And I read somewhere that Australia will give real hammering to Sri Lanka.
That happens, then it really blows the group open.
It totally through. But I think in Palakele, night game at Palakele will not be easy. And Australia with this current lineup, I don't know how they are going to go about it. So, yeah, NZ is missing that bowler who can spin the ball away from the left-hander in beastie big time. Yeah, they are. Again, like New Zealand, they don't have that many resources. Their spin bowling resources, barring Santner, are very, very threadbare at this point. Anshu Mishra saying, Steve Smith landed in Sri Lanka today early morning and is in Kandy with his teammates. He'll be officially included in the squad of 15 tomorrow. Marcus Stoinis is 50-50 at this point. Well, I don't know if Marsh is going to come in place. I mean, will he return? Because he's the captain, remember.
Yeah.
If Marsh doesn't come and Head remains, and if Stoinis isn't fit, then they have to include Steve Smith.
Yeah.
That is the only way that we are looking at this point. So, any further comments? I think we are done.
No, we're done with the main ones.
Okay, we are done. Okay, so Desmond names, let's just take that. If Oz, Sid and Shane, Oz beat SL versus Zimbabwe will be knockout. SL can miss out to Zim, no need to beat Ireland as SL end with 4 points. Zimbabwe qualify if they beat SL. I mean, yeah.
It'll be crazy.
It'll be crazy. If Australia win, then even Sri Lanka can get eliminated. So that group also, no one is sure at this point in time. So, yep. That is the way we are looking at it. So now there is a possibility, Ashish Ranjan saying, if India Pakistan final, because other teams are looking really weak compared to them.
No, South Africa are the second strongest team.
I would tend to agree. I mean, Pakistan India final.
No, you need a miracle.
Yeah,
you need Kudrat ka Nizam.
Oh God, don't even say that. Don't you think that India group is the group of death? Pak group is much easier. What?
No.
But India is in the same group as Pakistan.
No, I think he's talking about the
Super 8.
Yeah, Super 8's group. I see. If you have all of the pre-seeds, then that's definitely a tougher one.
Okay. We have South Africa, West Indies and Zimbabwe. Maybe, potentially. We don't know. So, yeah, that is the situation we are looking at. Rinku getting a bowl. Is he going to bowl at Premadasa tomorrow?
Could be, but if you look at sometimes he's bowling a little start-stop. In fact, there's a clip doing the rounds. See, Sky.
Sky is the one.
Is bowling and he's bowling like...
Usman Tariq.
Yes.
Wow. See? Okay.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Have we been spooked that much by Usman Tariq?
I don't think it's a case of spooked. I think it's a case of knowing what you're preparing for. Because again, he's not been played by any Indians before. And just as an example, I'll give you this interesting thing. I was hearing it from Harbhajan Singh, the chat he was having with Nikhil on our television show. Usman Tariq was playing in the IL T20 this year for the Desert Vipers,
Yeah.
the same team that won the IL T20. Very interesting also, they didn't play him for most of the matches, they just kept him for the knockouts. So in the semi and final, he was such an unknown entity that no one was able to deal with him. So he ended up playing crucial.
What about the googly? Pakistan don't play Usman Tariq tomorrow.
But
that could happen.
I doubt that's happening.
I doubt. Because you don't have any other spinner.
Not just that. It's not just about any other spinner. Look, your team right now, the 4 spinners you have, 2 are all-rounders.
Saim Ayub, Mohammad Nawaz.
Shadab.
Shadab, those are 3.
Actually, if you count Saim, then that's 3 all-rounders. Then aside from that, your 2 mystery spinners in Usman and Abrar. You're playing so many because in Sri Lanka it's slightly slow.
Yeah,
so I think you're going to stick with that.
You're going to stick with that. Yeah, they're employing the sweep as we talk about it at this point in time. So yeah, tomorrow, let's see. But Siddharth wishes that tomorrow is a washout and South Africa to win this World Cup.
Oh, that'll be interesting, South Africa winning. That I agree.
Yeah, indeed. Surya just trolling nationally.
No, he bowled multiple deliveries like that. He's not trolling. Trust me, he's helping
trolling.
the team prepare.
Yeah, he's helping the team prepare. So yeah, that's the way we look at it. Bus, it's done. Only 20 hours and 17 minutes to go for the India versus Pakistan game. The rest of the games don't matter. It just doesn't matter.
There'll be an opening ceremony and everything. Well, India, Pakistan,
what
in the
I
middle of the
don't
tournament.
understand. I know, but because why you're celebrating? Because you've saved 2,000 plus crores.
Madness.
You saved that, and that is why
Madness.
you will have this kind of special arrangement. Luckily, there's no reserve day for this game. Luckily, but there will come a day when there will be a reserve day when the ICC for India Pakistan.
Give it time.
They are going to go so meherbani in this point of thing. So, yep. Thank you so much, folks. Good night from me and Shane. Good night. Shabba khair. Eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother. Subscribe to Sports Today.
And tomorrow, mega build up from Colombo.
Big day, big coverage from Sports Today from here. Us
And Colombo.
And Colombo too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.